Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our stream today. It's going to be super fun. We are here today with Sophia Gach-Rasool with Yeshi Design. What are we working on today?
We're going to be working on illustrated posters using Illustrator and Photoshop. We're going to be setting some type and using some textures.
Oh my goodness, we're doing some double duty from Illustrator and Photoshop.
Yes.
Which is great. If you just came over from the daily challenge in Photoshop, we have a daily challenge. We'll be reviewing that at the end of the stream, and also we'll be working a little bit in Illustrator today, and there are Illustrator daily challenges happening as well. So if you are in either of those camps doing either creative challenges, keep going on those. We'll be taking a look at them and reviewing them. Hello, chat. Hi, Jordan, Lindsay. Hello, K. Cervantes. Love that. Yes, hyperspeed ahead. We are going to have some fun today. Valder. That's a fun name.
It is.
Let's take a look at some of your work.
Okay.
How about that?
Sure.
Yeah, let's hop over onto my screen. Oh, I'm not plugged in. Let's not do that. How about that? There we go. Thanks, bud. Sorry, that was my fault. That's our friend Paco. He is pretty much everything. There we go. So can you tell us a little bit about your work?
Yes. So I am a graphic designer and illustrator. A lot of my work is really vibrant. It features a lot of specifically women, a lot of figures. And yeah, I just like to have fun, and I feel like I focus a lot on colors and how the colors make me feel. So that's a lot of what my work is.
Yes, and I love your illustrations of people. The like character that you get and the textures, and it's just so vibrant and like full of like life and energy.
Thank you so much.
Which is super fun. So fun. Cool. So you can follow her if you want on Instagram, Yeshi Designs. You can also follow her on Behance. Her profile just got posted in chat. So make sure to follow along and see all the fun stuff that you're doing. Cool. So today we're making posters. Do you want to just hop in?
Yeah, we can get started. Okay, so I've prepared some like artboards in Illustrator because we're gonna get started there for the illustration. I'm just gonna go ahead and make one that is 24 by 36.
24 by 36 common poster size?
Yes.
That's a large poster. 18 by 24 would be the next size down.
Yeah. So, okay, and then I have some reference images here. I'm gonna be illustrating like a mirror and a hand, and then we're gonna have a quote around it. So I grabbed some photos from stock, and then I also grabbed from another website. So I'm gonna take, let me see. I kinda know what I wanna do, but I had like a few inspirations. So I'm gonna just move these onto my artboard and like take this one as well.
When you are going in to like get your concept and start getting stock stuff, are you just looking for keywords that you thought of that you're like, oh, I know I want to do like a mirror thing, so let's look for a mirror and like start to narrow it down?
I knew I wanted a hand holding a mirror.
Okay.
So I specifically looked up hand holding mirror, and I just found like a couple good images. And I think also I'm gonna make another artboard, and this will be where I make the mirror.
Naming your artboards. I don't know if I have ever named an artboard in Illustrator.
Really?
That's incredible.
It helps when you export it if you name it. Is this a square? No. Okay.
And when you're doing the hotkeys to make the artboards, what hotkeys are you using to just drag out an artboard like that? I know that it's sometimes hard for people.
I hold Option to copy, and then you can just make a new one, but it saves it as a copy.
Okay, and then getting into the artboard tool,
I don't know the shortcut for that, but it is. It's Shift O.
Shift O, yeah.
Never used it, but it's right there.
Cool, yeah. So Shift O takes you into artboards. You can make new artboards. You can click and drag artboards like we're doing here. And it's just a super easy way you can click and drag out if you want a specific size.
So what I'm doing right now is I want to like mirror it. It's not letting me.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah,
yes.
I want to be able to just mirror the work as I'm going. So I'm gonna create a little, if I can remember how to do it, let me just see. So I think it is object, transform, is it this? And I have to select everything. And it has to be on its own layer as well. Okay.
It's always interesting to see other people's workflows as they're working, and just how like different and dynamic they are of like naming artboards, of using like this tool. So here you're making it so that it's basically reflecting whatever you're working on back and forth.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
But I just recently found out how to do this, so I'm like trying to make sure I'm doing it right. Is this the right way to do it? Let me see. Okay, let me just try this. Okay, wait, I didn't do it right.
I actually have never seen this technique.
Seriously?
So I can't no. I usually will do like literally illustrate half of a thing and then take the entirety of it and make a copy and then flip it over to the other side. And so if I make a change on either side, like it just doesn't, it is probably way more complicated. What we're trying to do is probably going to be the actual right way to do it.
Yeah, like I said, hopefully I can figure out how to do it because I feel like I always have to look it up every time.
Yeah, in chat, if you have any suggestions or if you know how to add this through, let us know.
Okay, hold on.
Good morning, Jason. Hello, Lindsay. As we figure this out, if you want to join the daily challenges, if you just missed the Photoshop challenge or you want to join the Illustrator challenge, you can go to behance.net/challenge and you can do /Photoshop or /Illustrator to get into those challenges. You also can join the Discords. Paco, do we have a slide for the Discord? Yes. You can join our Photoshop Discord here. If you're doing those daily challenges, drop them in there or tag them on Behance. And we'll be looking at those near the end of the stream so that we can review them, give you guys some feedback, hopefully check things out. And you can go to the AI Discord or you can go to the PS Discord, Illustrator or Photoshop. Both of them, we're hanging out all day. We're hanging out all night. There's people in there from Germany, India, all over the world, really. It's been super fun to see the interaction as I stay up late. It's morning for someone else. So hop in there. We'll be hanging out and giving feedback and yeah, talking through things.
Okay, just kidding. We're not going to do the mirror.
All right, not doing the mirror.
The mirroring, but we are going to create a mirror.
All right.
All right. So I'm just gonna, I realized I was like, it's literally a circle with a thing. So like,
Yes. Yeah.
I don't need to do
It's like a mirror.
reflection.
Yeah. A mirror's a mirror.
Okay, so I think I want to go for like more of an oval shape. Let me just move these out of the way and then just increase the stroke so I can see it. And usually when I start designing, I don't get too specific about colors. Like I'll just pick kind of whatever.
Yep.
And then like refine it a little bit more later.
Yep. I almost deliberately design in whatever the default swatches are in just the craziest colors so that I don't get attached to anything and get like into the details too much.
Or you know what else I'll do is like I'll pick different colors so at least like it has different shades, and then when I'm actually ready, then I'll
Yep, totally.
then I'll make my selections.
So we have something called Chat and Win that's coming up in about 20 minutes. Today's prize is a $30 gift card from our friends at Moo. Ooh, Moo Moo. So be sure to stay tuned in for that in about 20 minutes. And basically, we're gonna pick a topic and have everybody just kill their keyboards. This is my typing. We'll get on the keyboards and type all the things. Here's our schedule coming up. We are live now at 9:30, and right after this, we're right now, 9:30, there we go, graphic design stream. 11:30, we're moving to a daily challenge, Adobe XD. Then we're live with an Adobe XD case study, and then we're back with me, 2 o'clock. If you hadn't had enough from me after this 2 hours of us talking, I'm back again at 2 o'clock. So come hang out for that first ever graphic design Illustrator challenge. Today we are talking about icons and we are making coasters, which will be super fun.
That's fun. All right, so I'm just tweaking the mirror handles a little bit.
Oh, this design's making me emotional. Sorry, I had something in my eye. I just need an excuse to justify doing that.
All right, and then I'm gonna use the Pathfinder tool to just delete that part, and then use the Shape Builder tool. I think that's what it's called.
The Shape Builder tool is so great to just like start pushing things together.
I love it. All right, and then I also, in one of my reference images, there's this really cool pattern. So I wanted to kind of recreate that with a pattern brush. So we're gonna do that really quickly.
Ooh, fun. I know people have been asking a lot for how to create pattern brushes. So I'm very excited to see this process. Basically what we're doing here is looking at those elements and trying to make one of them, right, that then will repeat as it goes around.
So the idea is, because it's a circle, I want to create a pattern that I can just create a circle and then apply that pattern brush to it without having to move it around and figure out how it rotates and all that, because who wants to do that? So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to make another one and do like the half circle that they have going on, but I just want to make sure that I'm in the middle of this.
Hey Sid, you're not too late. We're just getting started. Hanging out, getting creative all day.
Use that tool again, and then I think I can, oh wait, make that a thing, and then just delete that.
Bye.
And then they have like a teardrop at the top. So I think if I just make another circle and make sure it's all aligned. Oops, it's aligned to the artboard. Okay, always make sure you're aligned to the selection. And then I'm gonna just like drag this up and make it a point.
Cool, I like how you're building everything with basic shapes.
Yeah.
That's something that's so important in Illustrator, is everything's some kind of basic shape that then has a little twist to it. You made the mirror out of 2 ovals with a rectangle and then rounded the edges. This is all made out of circles with one of the anchor points being a point. And so Illustrator's really great, and think of converting things from the real world into the digital world. Simple shapes are super, super helpful to get you close enough to a point where people can understand, oh, that's what it is. You don't have to be the greatest illustrator and do it absolutely detail perfect. Working with simple shapes a lot of times can really help.
Yeah,
can you walk us through as you make this pattern brush? Because
Yes.
I know a lot of people want to know.
Okay, so I want to try with the 3 and see how it goes, rather than just using 1, but maybe 1 will be better. So then once you're in the brushes, you just click the little sticky note thing, and then new pattern brush. And then when it comes up, you can see how it's going to preview. Now, since this is going to be in a circle, it doesn't really matter what the edges look like, but there's like different options. So I'm just going to do the one, like this one's fine. And then let's just see what happens. Oh, colorization. I always make sure, I think it's hue shift, so that way if you change the color, it'll apply, because otherwise it will not change the color.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever color you put it in as, if you just hit all the default options, it'll stay that color. Hue shift will make it so that you can change the color.
So now that's pretty much what I want. I think I wanted an oval. So I'll just go and I'll copy this, put it in the front, and then, oh, not the whole thing. I forgot we did that. Oh, I'll use this one. I'll use this shape. And put that in the front, and then scale it to be about like 115.
Sure. And we're just using Command-C, Command-V to paste those. You can hit, I believe it's Shift-Command-V to do paste in place as well. And that will paste it exactly where you copied it from. Hey, Shauna, good to see you this morning. Shauna has some great, great brushes. And as we move into Photoshop a little bit later in the stream, I think we're using some of Kyle Webster brushes, right?
Yes, that's what I'm planning on doing.
So Kyle's got some great brushes. Shauna also has some really, really great brushes that have that kind of drawing, inky, kind of, she has a great chalk brush. I love working with her chalk brush.
So that looks pretty good. Just gonna align it and make sure that make sure it looks good. Let me see.
And so basically what's happening here with the pattern brush is you made those 3 and it's following the path and just repeating that again and again, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. Like I want that mirror and I want to be very dramatic, like, sitting at my wardrobe, like looking at someone like from the other side.
So I just want to reverse this and then see if I change the stroke. Obviously I'll change the colors later, but I just like to kind of start to get that going.
Yeah, and it's great how you have the dimension that it almost creates that like inward bevel.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'll just make this a color since it will have something in there. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the hand. And I'm probably just gonna use this one as an example because I feel like this is a pretty good hand placement, or maybe this one, so that it comes off the page.
And I've heard that hands are really hard to illustrate. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't really like illustrating hands, but honestly, once you realize that not everything has to be super realistic, I feel like it lets go of the pressure because it doesn't have to look exactly like a hand. Like, it could be whatever you want it to be. So
yeah, an artist that does really interesting hands, if you guys are wanting to open a tab and Google something, Tom Whalen. Tom Whalen does really great hands, and they're very like abstracted, but you still understand that they're hands. So if you're looking for a way that you're like, I can't do the detail of hands, Tom Whalen, really great. And the way that you do hands, you have a couple on your websites of people holding things. There's one I think of someone pulling bubble gum.
Yes.
They're like a little abstracted. Hands don't have to be exactly as they are. But yes, I've heard they're very hard to illustrate.
Recently, I haven't even really been drawing hands. I've just been kind of drawing little blobs that resemble them. So it doesn't have to be, again, like not everything has to look exactly like, how, you know, a real hand. So
yeah, and it's very in right now to do like blobby kind of shapes for like people, like everyone's kind of the like hair and everything. Yeah.
I feel like I want to maybe do this one on the right. Even though this hand looks better, I think it'll make more sense with the design if it comes from the bottom instead of like from the side, because I don't have to go all the way off the page.
Oh yeah, totally.
So I was like, this is kind of a weird way he's holding it, but we're gonna try to do something with that.
Yeah. Jesse, his last name is Whalen. Tom Whalen.
Okay, so if this hand looks terrible, no one judge me because
we are not here to judge.
Free-handing the hand.
Yes. There's no wrong way to do things, just different.
All right, I think I'm gonna do, let me see. Do I want it in the front? Oh, it's on a different layer. Make sure you know what you're doing with your layers because I'm gonna make a hand layer.
Yeah, Illustrator keeping things in layers can keep it very organized. I very often will just work because it makes basically a new layer for each shape. I'll work on just like one layer with a million shapes.
Yes.
But getting things actually organized into layers sometimes is so helpful. To be able to turn stuff on, turn stuff off, try different things, different colorways, looking at your sketches, all that stuff.
All right, so that's gonna be just like that part. I think this needs to come up a little. What is that guy right there? Okay. That needs to come up. And then this looks weird.
Little anchor point hanging out there. There it is. Sorry, anchor point. Gotta go.
Yeah, I can delete that one too. I try to be like, have as little anchor points as possible, unless I'm using the pencil tool, but then I'll still try to like refine them.
Yep. And I think there was just an update to the simplify path tool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think we'll try to look at that today in the Illustrator Daily Challenge and show off some of the new features. We are definitely showing off, there's a bunch of stability improvements for Illustrator that help you work more efficiently, work more fast, more quickly is the proper word there. So we'll be looking at some of the drop shadows, some of the effects, and how they perform way faster in this new version of Illustrator. If you haven't updated, update. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's the same color.
So you're working here, you have all of your swatches, and you have different color palettes in each of those folders, right?
Yes.
Cool.
So yeah, I created some super basic color palettes. I used these like images from Pinterest to inspire me. Then I noticed they all sort of had like red going on, but I was like, it's fine. So yeah, I would love like your guys' feedback on like what color palette to do. So it's just the ones in the rows. And I already made them as color groups over here because that just helps me when I'm trying to colorize it. So if there's like a favorite with the colors, then let me know.
Cool. Yeah, so chat, as she's working, you can see over there in our swatches panel.
Yeah, right here.
Let's just do the ones that have the little triangles in the corners. Let's do 1, 2, 3, or 4, which one you guys like. And as we start finishing the illustration, we'll start incorporating that color scheme. Right now we're kind of just throwing colors in as we work on the bases, but yeah, let us know. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah, and I'll show you guys how I colorize it because like I said, I think right now I just want everything to have a different hue. And then later, once I'm done, we'll actually select the colors.
Cool.
All right, so we're doing more of the fingers. He does have a weird grip, but maybe it's fine.
And I like the way that you're approaching doing the hand. Instead of just doing like it all as one shape, you're thinking, okay, it'll be easy to do the thumb, and then we can add in the back fingers, and then we can add in more detail of really layering and paying attention to the abstract shapes instead of trying to make it like totally exact.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. And also because I think I want these back fingers to have a different, like a slightly darker color so that it doesn't all blend into the hand.
Yep.
And then this will go behind.
Yes, Akanshka. Sorry if I totally butchered that. We will be taking this into Photoshop and working with textures and showing how to use those two products together, which is super, super powerful. Laying down the base shapes, getting kind of the forms in Illustrator, and then taking it to Photoshop to really give it some zazz.
Yeah. I just work with vectors so much. I feel like it was just easier to start the illustration here and then finish it.
We got about 7 minutes till our chat and win. So if you need now, start doing the finger warm-ups so you can be ready to chat and win our prize from Moo today, $30 gift card. We also have a code for all of you that don't win. Not gonna give that to you yet. Hang on, but we'll give it to you during our chat and win. This is looking great, and it's cool to see the reference images next to the actual image, how you've taken inspiration from something, and then you're adapting it to like a whole new space that is uniquely yours, but still referenced to the original images.
Thanks. I feel like she needs some nails, though.
Oh yeah, are we gonna do like nails, or are we gonna do like nails? Like, is she getting claws, or is she getting nails?
I don't know. I don't know what she's gonna get. I feel like she needs at least a little bit of like a long nail, just maybe like an almond shaped.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see.
A little casual French tip. She is not using a mouse. She is using a tablet, I believe.
Wacom tablet.
Yep, a Wacom tablet to draw things through, as well as a lot of hotkeys on the keyboard, and I'll try to point those out as we go. If there's something happening that you don't know how she's doing it, just pop into chat and I'll try to answer those questions. We'll ask her and see what you're doing if I'm confused as well.
I'm looking at my own nail. I'm like, does this look like a nail? Looks pretty naily.
Do you do that a lot when you're illustrating? Like, like pose for yourself or whatever?
Yeah, I'll have to take pictures of my hands sometimes.
Yep.
I'm like, what does this look like? Okay, that looks sort of nail-like to me.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of the hands, you probably only see, because it's gonna be behind, you probably only see one more nail. We're just gonna pretend you only see one more nail.
Oh yeah, like a pinky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like this situation here. I can probably just copy this one in.
Oh yeah. And so to copy, you're doing a click drag holding Option?
I didn't. I did Command C and then Command F, which is paste in front. And then I just use R to rotate and then S to scale. Shift and hold to scale.
Okay. Command F does paste in front? I've
And
literally
Command
never
B
used
is paste
that.
in back.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you know how like if you ever want like a text shadow behind text, like I'll always do like Command B to put it in the back.
Yes.
So that way it's like you don't have to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I always make it and then do the Command Shift bracket to like send it backwards and forwards. And a lot of times, if you can get really good with hotkeys, it's almost less design and more like playing a piano.
Yeah.
Like your brain just goes straight into what you're doing with the hotkeys, and it becomes much more efficient and quicker to work.
I just felt like that nail looked weird there. I could play with this hand all day, so I'm gonna stop playing with the hand and just know it could be tweaked more, but you know, we have a hand.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes and especially working Illustrator to Photoshop, we can get the bases down in Illustrator, and then as we start going into Photoshop and adding texture, adding shadows, other elements, you can hide a lot of the imperfections a lot of time. That's probably my approach, is I'm not a great illustrator, but I can hide those imperfections and create aesthetic in Photoshop by kind of adding stuff and doing additive textures.
I think I need to put this on its own layer, just the background. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a color. And I need to illustrate the face. Yeah, okay.
It's feeling away.
It's feeling like a thing.
Yep.
But yeah, just to show like how I do the color, which I'm not there yet. Did we pick a color?
Oh yeah, I think we went with 2.
The longer you look at the hands, the weirder it looks. Don't look at the hands then.
Yes. I think 2 was the one that was winning so much. So, okay, can you talk about how you're doing the Recolor artwork? We're touching on this in the Illustrator Daily Challenge, but I'd love for you to explain it.
Yeah. So I have a color palette and I'll just select, or I have a color group and I'll just select that group. And then it combined this one into 2 different colors, but I think those are the hand colors. I mean, no, it's not. Actually, I think it's this, and then this one needs its own. So that's why I gave everything a different color so that it won't just change everything. That actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the kind of vibrating on that pink.
Actually, I don't think the pink was selected because it's the same color purple, and that's not even in the palette. But that looks pretty cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that for now, and maybe I'll change it. Okay. Should I change the hand? Should I edit it? I feel like
I
it's
think
fine.
it looks good. Yeah.
We're just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with the hand.
Yeah.
All right. So is this? Okay, there we go. That's a thing. I feel like those colors are cool, and then I just have to do a face. We're gonna do a face.
Face. Got about 2 minutes chat and win.
I'm gonna do the face like somewhere over here, just so I don't mess anything up. And that's my frame. I'm not doing this face per se, but it's sort of a similar angle, so I'm just using this as like a reference, but I'm not doing this face.
And that's what I love about a lot of your work is the people you capture. You will do a lot of like dynamic things with like cheekbones and eyebrows and like accentuate some features, which is super fun. And when you're doing people, a lot of times you don't have to do like exact people.
Yeah.
You can really capture like the essence of them really well.
Yeah.
And it's hopefully pretty easy.
Yeah, it should be. Since this part is gonna be hidden by the mirror, I'm just gonna, I'm going to like delete this part, but I locked it. So let me find out where I put it. And make a new layer, because everything needs a layer. And this will be easier now that I'm naming it. It'll be a lot easier when I bring it into Photoshop to know where everything is.
Yep. And that's the great thing. If you stay organized in Illustrator, bringing it over to Photoshop when we start working in texturing and adding things onto it, it's just organized already, which is
Yeah.
very helpful. Oh my goodness, I'm falling apart today.
Okay. So I'm gonna delete this part with the shape tool, and this will be the starting point of her face. And then I'm gonna make this a different color so I can see the mirror outline. Okay, and then just lock it.
And to lock things, you're hitting Command 2,
Yes.
I believe, right? Yep. So locking something basically makes it so that it is there, but you can't select it. So it's really nice when you're working with shapes stacked on top of each other. You can really just lock something in the background and then build on top of this. I do it the most when I have a color block in the background. I'll lock the background so that I can actually work on it.
Because I will always move, especially with using a tablet. Everything moves around. You're like, where is this layer?
Yes.
I feel like I want to give her kind of like sharp features. So she's gonna have like, this is her chin, if you can't tell by now.
Yeah.
She has a little pointy chin, and then this is her cheek. And then maybe it just like comes out a little.
Cheekbones. All right, it's time for Chat and Win. Are you ready for Chat and Win?
I'm
What
ready.
should we have people chat? What should be the topic for our for the words for them to do?
I don't know.
Oh, let's do favorite donut flavors.
Okay,
We've
cool.
been on a donut kick on the Illustrator Studio. So favorite donut flavors, Chat and Win. Start spamming your keyboard, typing in all the flavors that you love, or anything else that you want, really. Hey, so Chat and Win, we're doing favorites donut flavors?
Yes.
What's your favorite donut flavor?
Ooh, I like a chocolate donut.
Okay.
Maybe jelly. No, cream filled.
Oh, what kind? Like.
Chocolate donut with some kind of Boston cream.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. I love the ones that are like the old fashioned that are like just glazed. Like they're like absolutely nothing, and they're like a little crusty. Like, oh, those are great.
Or
Apple.
cruller. Crullers are good.
What's a cruller?
It's like isn't it like a German donut or something? It's like twisted around. I don't know.
I'll take it. Chocolate glazed apple cinnamon. Oh, Jessica. Apple
Hi, Jessica.
cinnamon. Hi, Jessica.
I know
Do you
her.
see any friends? Any names that are popping up here?
I think so.
Yes.
Ty Clark, I think.
Hi, friends. Oh,
Hi,
the
friends.
cronut. Yes, the croissant donut. All right, we have a winner, Julie Planas. You are our winner. Julie, congratulations. You have won $30 gift card from Moo. Now, if
fun.
you didn't win, all of our people still gushing about donuts, we actually have a very special offer and code for you. You can go to moo.com/Adobe Live. other way, right there. And you can get 15% off your order. It doesn't include shipping, but 15% off of your order if you go to moo.com/Adobe Live. Get some new business cards. Their business cards are insane. So many options. You can do like a cool color around the edge. I've gotten a couple of Moo cards handed to me and I'm like, ooh, this feels important.
Yeah, I love when they have like neon colors around the edge or something that's different than the actual color.
Yes.
What is that comment?
Extra little glow.
All right. So we're still working on these cheekbones.
Yeah. So are you working with the abstract face of looking at the face almost as like the outline of it? And then like working with the cheekbones and the jaw and stuff?
One more time.
Sorry, are you like thinking about the head shape as like an abstract shape of you're just like, okay, here's like kind of a cheekbone, here's like a chin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really looking at her face, but more so for positioning. Like, where do cheekbones go? Okay, because if you don't know exactly where things are going, it can just start to look weird. So I just freehand drew these lips, and I'm gonna just edit them a little bit so that they look more, they don't have this weird corners. And then clean up some of these paths.
Super fun. We have about an hour till design feedback. That's like the weirdest time to start a countdown. We've got an hour. We have an hour until we're gonna do design feedback on the Daily Creative Challenge for Photoshop. I believe we're talking about blend modes. So get into the Discord, drop your work in there, tag it on Behance, and we'll be taking a look at that and giving you guys some feedback on how to improve those, maybe new techniques to try, and yeah, trying to get some help. So about an hour, be sure to be getting those designs submitted either on Discord or Behance. Perfecto, says Sayali. Man, I don't do well with names. I have a tough time.
I don't do well either. Okay, so I'm just gonna move these corners down a little bit. It looks kind of lippy. Maybe this part is aggressive.
Oh yeah, no, these look like lips.
I'm not worrying too much about like it being perfect, because honestly, like I can spend all day working on this. So I'm just trying to get something that looks like a face out so that we can get into Photoshop.
Yeah, so we don't kind of get stuck in the details. I find I do that a lot too, to where I'll be building a font or working on some lettering, and I'm like, I spent like 4 hours trying to make an S, and every other letter was like 6 minutes. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I could spend 3 hours just choosing colors or picking fonts. So I was like, let me just not do that. Okay, and then usually I think you make top lips a little bit darker. Let me see.
This is like the perfect mix of like beauty guru YouTube and creative like Illustrator stream. We found a little niche cross section.
Yes, if you want to know how to make a face. Okay.
Yes.
So her mouth is kind of in a weird place, but I'm just gonna group that with Command G and then sort of adjust it so it looks mouthy. And maybe what I'll do is like rotate it when it's done, because I feel like when you rotate things too early, you can't go back, and it's just over.
And I love that you can kind of see it starting to come together. That like we did the base shapes of the jawline, the cheekbone, and now the lips are on there. You're like, okay, I kind of see where the nose would go. I kind of see where the eyes could fit in, and start to like piece those things together.
And I don't want to get too like specific with the nose. What? That was my pattern brush coming back out.
Did you try to do like a pattern brush
nose?
Look.
I was like, wait,
yes.
That looks kind of cool, but that's not what we're going for.
That's a move.
So.
Full glam.
Why is it still? Oh, I guess it's still selected,
like,
but.
Yeah, it's like face henna.
Oh, and the other thing that I like to do is make a calligraphic brush. Yeah, and then do like maybe 4 points. And then since I'm using a tablet, I can use pressure.
And what will that do?
So it'll basically vary the strokes widths. So depending on how hard I press down, that's how thick the line will be, or thin. So like you can get...
Oh, interesting. So you can get some really dynamic kind of shapes.
Yeah, and since I'm doing the nose, sometimes I'll just do outlines. So like, let's do that. And then also you can choose how smooth it is. And I feel like I want it kind of smooth. Okay. I'm trying to hurry.
Cool brush pattern. Yes, it is a really cool pattern. If you missed it, we covered how to make a pattern brush a little bit earlier. I know people in the Illustrator Discord have been asking for that. So if you want, after rewind, watch the replay, and you can see how to make your own Illustrator pattern brush. They can get super fun. I know somebody had talked about making mandalas, which basically we kind of did with the right? So with all the shapes. So you can, it's the same concept to make a kind of mandala like that, is set your shapes, create the circle, and you can do a brush pattern. You can rotate and repeat. Very simple.
And I'll probably change the color after, but we're just gonna keep the nose kind of simple.
It's definitely feeling nosy.
Feeling nosy. She's looking nosy. Okay. And then we'll do eyes. I think for eyes, I'm deciding, should I do the brush or should I do a pen tool? I mean, I kind of like how
that feels like a,
It feels like an eye. I recently had to draw eyes over and over like 500 times for a project I was working on.
Oh my goodness.
And it was funny because I was like, how do you make eyes look happy? So I spent like 3 hours looking at pictures of people's eyes. Like
happy eyes?
Yeah, because my eyes looked sad and I didn't know, well, the eyes I was drawing, I didn't know how to make them look happier.
That's always interesting, and I'd love to see like the Google search history of designers of just like
happy
the weird
eyes.
things that we have to look up. Yeah, happy eyes. I remember I was looking for a reference for something and I needed like animals, and I ended up having like 40 different Google searches that was just like baby elephants, cute baby elephants, tiny baby elephants. Like it was all these different just searches of baby elephants.
Yeah, looking for references can get weird sometimes. You're
Yes.
like, I don't even know what website am I on?
Yes. What was I looking for? I'm distracted now.
Okay. I'm being indecisive because I think I want, let's do a pen tool eye.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do a pen tool.
I mean, sounds good to me. I'm in. I'm on this journey.
Okay, wait.
Pen tool. I always like to think about the pen tool as, did you ever play with like the boards that had like little pins in it and you would put like rubber bands around them, like in like elementary school? It was like this board and it would have all these pins and you take a rubber band and like put it around the pins and like make little shapes. I always think about the pen tool as that you're like putting in little nails and then like stretching a rubber band around it.
Okay. It's not quite where the eye is supposed to be yet, but we're almost there.
And that's the great thing about Illustrator is everything's a shape, so you can change the paths, you can move it around, you can replace it, you can recolor it, you can do everything.
Let's just change that there. All right, and then once this face is done, then we're gonna pretty much get into Photoshop, so.
Sweet. And the differences for Illustrator to Photoshop and the reason you would use one versus the other, Illustrator is vector-based, which means that it's mathematically based and you can scale it to any size. It can grow, it's very precise. Photoshop is pixel-based, so you can't really blow it up to an infinite size. It gets these little squares. And it's not as precise. You can do a lot of blurs, you can do a lot of soft edges. So if you're working with very precise stuff, you want to do Illustrator. Anything with soft edges, with brushes, with glows, usually in Photoshop. Some of that can happen in Illustrator, but a lot of people will bring it over into Photoshop.
I feel like I'm just making this eye very minimal now. And then maybe like a little bit under eye so it doesn't look like...
She looks like a little disappointed in me.
See, that's what I'm saying about the happy, sad eyes.
It's true, and it's weird because you think like, oh yeah, I'll just draw an eye. And then you draw an eye, you're like, why is it judging me?
Why is the eye depressed?
Hey, Agatha Jean Robley. That is a star name if I've ever heard one.
You guys are watching my indecisiveness about this eye. Okay.
Yeah.
We like that?
It looks like it has like a Cleopatra vibe to it, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we'll go with that. It's like a hieroglyphic eye.
Yes.
And then she needs eyebrows. Okay, I don't like that actually. Okay, almost done.
What kind of eyebrows should we give her, chat? Should we give her like real sassy eyebrows?
Ooh.
Like one big eyebrow?
Ooh.
Or like the like thick chunky, the like thin model?
Like a unibrow?
I mean, yeah, we could have a Frida Kahlo moment.
Ooh. Do I know how to make a unibrow? I guess you just kind of connect them.
Yeah, you could do 2 and then use the shape builder tool.
All right,
That's
make
you
this
brought the shape. Oh boy.
a little bit bigger, not that big. And then I'm gonna make her pupil bigger too.
A little bit sassy, Jordan. We can do a little bit sassy eyebrow. Think we can do a sassy eyebrow?
We can do a sassy eyebrow.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do what you were doing with the copy and then put it in the front and then just use this little reflect tool and put it on this side.
Whoa, what was that? I literally have never used that. The reflect thing that you just
What are you
did.
talking about? It's right here. It's right here.
Oh my goodness, in the
The
properties
properties?
panel.
Yeah.
And it will copy and reflect it?
No, you copy it yourself and then you hit reflect.
Oh my gosh. I always copy and paste and then I right click and go to transform reflect and that's so much easier.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Wow.
That's looking facey.
Oh,
Looks
totally looking facey.
like a face.
Yeah.
Her eyes look small for some reason though. But I use scale for
I
everything.
think the group missed one of the
Oh,
people.
now she's like her eyes over there somewhere.
Abstract.
Oh, okay, we gotta go back because I didn't scale her eyes.
And so you can see we're click dragging to select that because we have the layers underneath locked. Again, super helpful to lock layers.
Yep. Because I will move everything around. Okay. Those
Yeah.
That's a face.
Oh yeah, and it's great how the eye goes straight into that cheekbone. Like it feels like a face. She's going somewhere.
She's got things to do.
She's gorgeous. She's ready.
She's showing up for herself.
Yep. 30, flirty, and thriving.
Yes, I love that reference. Okay, so let's see. What do eyebrows look like? So are we doing a sassy unibrow?
Just let me do a sassy regular brow.
Oh.
Like 2 brows.
Okay.
Separate brows. I have 1. Eventually I'll have 2.
Do I want to do? Oh, no, that's not it. Maybe she has really thin brows. No, we want her to have eyebrows. Eyebrows are important.
Yeah, maybe like yes, that. Yep, like it's got that like little curve to it, so it looks like she's just constantly in a judgmental eyebrow race.
It's not quite done because there's like a weird thing happening there, but almost there.
Erin did not know about the reflect button either, see?
Really? Look at that.
We are learning things today.
I'm going to conquer that reflect tool, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. Mark
Yes.
my words. So you guys can see, because it's magical. Because, you know, every time I would watch people use, like, different software, they would always have the reflect tool, and I was like, how come I can't do that?
Yep.
Because Photoshop has it now.
Yep.
But you can rig it in Illustrator to do it, and I
That's
did it
crazy.
with a recent drawing, and it was amazing. Oh, don't forget to save.
Oh,
Yes.
don't forget to save. Yeah, oh my goodness. We are, what, an hour and a half in to save? We got it. That's what most of my files look like. Yale, Kirkland, you've never used Illustrator because the setup is complex. Well, tune in to our Illustrator Daily Challenges. I will help you figure that out. We will get it from the base up, and you'll be able to conquer Illustrator in no time.
That's looking like an eyebrow. I think it needs to be a little higher.
Oh, it's for sure an eyebrow. Oh, she's like
She's giving sass.
concerned. Yeah,
She's giving sass with that eyebrow.
I love that.
Oh, and then I always hold shift to not shift 2, but just shift, so that it'll stay on the same level. It'll lock the position.
Yep. And what I've heard about eyebrows is that they're supposed to be sisters and not twins.
Well, they are twins.
Yes, they are twins. Perfect twins here. So if you're illustrating, twins. If you're doing your makeup, sisters.
I mean, they could be sisters, but it's just easier to reflect that.
Yep. Oh, totally.
Okay, so I'm gonna unlock her face, and then I'm also gonna do hair. So I'm gonna give her curls, of course.
Yes, big curls.
And I'm gonna do another one of the calligraphic. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Yeah.
Calligraphic. Calligraphic?
That sounds weird.
Yeah, it does.
Calligraphic. Super fragilistic. Okay. Also, I'm gonna copy this and then do draw inside.
Oh yeah, so
So
draw
that-
inside, it's down there underneath the stroke and fill. And you're just selecting the shape that you want to draw inside, right? And then turning on the draw inside.
Okay, let's see. Why is it yellow? I want it to be black just so I can see what it looks like. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and you're doing that with the pressure of your tablet, right?
Yeah, because I
That's
can get
awesome.
super thin. We'll give her some hair up here. I'm kind of covering her cheekbones up, but that's okay. Okay, and then her chin is a little bit much now, so we're probably
Chin's a little bit
we'll
much.
go back a little on her chin. All right.
Yeah.
For some hair. And then I want to just fix this part.
And so what's happening there with the chin is you've made those sharp angles, right? And then you have rounded them by grabbing that little white thing that pops up. That will just round out your corners for you. So that's super helpful. If you don't want to work with a pen tool to do some kind of complex shape, you can just do hard points at whatever angles and then round everything to make it a more dynamic shape.
This looks like a face. Okay.
It looks like a face. Yes, it's basically, Lindsay, putting on a clipping mask without putting a clipping mask. You're drawing inside, yes.
Okay, so this could be a lot more detailed, but I feel like we're gonna let it be what it is. And then she needs a chin. And also I said I was gonna rotate her face. So I'm gonna, because I know that there's only a few things that I wanna deselect, I feel like it's easier just to select all.
Yep.
And
then grab the things that you don't want. Be like, no, not that, not that, not that.
Maybe adjust it a little. Like I kind of wanted to see like what does her positioning look like. So we're there, and maybe a little bit smaller in the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're there.
We're facey.
Yeah, she looks like a person.
All right, and then she needs a neck, which you can just, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go back to the circle, the oval that I did, and then do draw inside again.
Draw inside. So again, it's basically creating a clipping mask without creating a clipping mask.
Yeah. So now I can just like make whatever shape I want, and then it'll be in the background and you won't see it. And she needs a little bit more hair. Let's make that a little bit darker. So you can tell that she has a neck. Oh, that's why, because it's not in the back. Okay.
She just got like the longest chin for a second. It was just like all
scared. Oh, and then she needs a little bit more hair because it's, yeah, this one. Is it this one? Black.
A little bit more hair, big curls.
As you can see, like the background. Is this the right layer? See, this is why you gotta pay attention to your layers. Oh, yes. Okay.
Got it.
And bigger.
More hair.
Okay, you can just
draw on that hair.
just draw that in. All right, cool. That's
We got it. So now we're just gonna drop that onto our mirror.
Yep.
Cool.
But it's below it. Oh, I'm gonna group it, and then I'm gonna put it there.
Cool.
Well, if her hand's red, her face has to be red. So maybe I'll.
Oh yeah.
She can have a red.
Unless she's wearing like a glove that has like
But it
nail
has nails
openings.
on it?
Yes, a glove with nails on it. Absolutely.
Oh God.
Gina, isolation mode is basically when you have a group and you need to click into it to select something that's in that group. It will make it so you can't select anything else, so you're just in that group, and that's what isolation is. How have we done the hair thing? We have created a brush, and we have just brushed in that hair using the tablet and the pressure sensitivity on it. So you can go back and watch that replay, and she kind of goes through how to set up that new brush, how to set the different pressures so that it becomes different thicknesses.
This is gonna probably be too weird. Too many colors are going on here. So I think I wanna make her neck darker. She looks like a devil. I think I'll change her face color because I don't want her to be red.
Yeah.
Let's make her
Maybe she was on vacation, just got a really bad sunburn.
not green.
Maybe that purple?
Which one?
This
one?
Yeah, oh, that's too dark.
Well,
Maybe the brighter purple?
Yeah, maybe. This one. And then make her neck a little bit darker. And then, ooh, this looks kind of cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's having a mood.
And then I'll have to make her hand that color too. And then I'll make her lips. Let's make them like the dark purple.
Ooh, moody.
She's feeling like ready for fall.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for fall. It's been very like gloomy here in San Francisco, and I absolutely love it.
You like this weather?
I love it. Like a little bit of rain, and then everything just like covered in cold. Like, I don't know, maybe my heart's frozen, but I absolutely love it.
We can give her like a random nail. Okay.
Oh
that
yeah.
looks cool.
Yep.
So I don't really need these. And then we're going to make sure this hand extends to the bottom.
Hey, Rasim, welcome.
Okay, and then make sure we like this background color.
Yep. Oh, we lost the nail and the background color.
Oh yeah, I was gonna change it.
Oh, cool.
I was just showing it again. Or actually, I kind of like the yellows. Maybe I'll just change.
You know what? We completely lost the pinky nail as well.
I know, I deleted it. I thought it looked weird.
Oh, okay.
Do we need it?
I don't know.
Does she need a pinky?
I don't think so. No. This is my creative process. I'm glad that we're on the same page. Yeah, no, I don't know.
So just because I just want to play around with it, like I'll always kind of do this. I feel like I like the colors.
Oh, I liked that blue thing that was happening.
Wait, blue.
It was like her face was blue and it's like that.
Sort of like that, but her
was
face was
cool.
blue.
Yeah.
Cause like their current color palette is cool, but there's so many other color. You know, there's so many colors in the world.
Yep. So what we're doing here is we selected all of our art and then went to edit colors, recolor artwork, and we have a palette that it's pulling from, and it's randomly assigning those colors so we can kind of create a new look each time.
It was making the lips the same color, and I don't want to do that, so I just added another color. And you can like change the colors around yourself, but I like to do it randomly. Which color was the mirror? Okay, it's showing it differently.
Hey, Eric. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I like any of these colors. And those are too bright. I might just stick with the original.
Oh, this feels like super like pop art.
It does. It's really bright. It's like fluorescent.
It is.
That's kind of cool, but the green is too much.
Hot green. If that was an actual lipstick color, I'm sure they would be all the rage right now.
They have hot green lipstick. They have green that color.
I feel like that's like super. I see it like if I walk through Forever 21, everything is that
Yeah.
like hot like chartreuse.
You know that color is in right now. Neon green is like a thing right now.
Yeah. Thanks, Billie Eilish. I feel like that's like her thing. Like I always see it in her hair and the Adobe commercials. She's like got the. She did like a cool collaboration with Adobe.
Do we like this? Do we like this color palette? Or do we like the original one?
I'm into this. How do we feel about this, chat? Are we loving it? We are working. This is a custom workspace, right? Your all your panels and stuff.
It's honestly it's the typography one, but I
Oh.
usually I add the layers palette. I make sure I have my libraries, and then I always have the color swatches.
Yep.
And like brushes, but that's about it. And then I just kind of add things as I need them. Like if I can't find the Pathfinder tool, I'll add it, or add that window, that view. Okay, we're gonna go with this.
Yeah, we'll go with this one.
I like this these colors. So now should we format the text in Illustrator or Photoshop? What do you think?
Let's see. We've got 35 minutes. Let's maybe throw it in Illustrator just because it'd be faster, so we can
Okay.
get into Photoshop to do texturing.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to, there's like
Hey, Michelle.
I'm gonna move this really quickly. I'm gonna delete this so that it's on the way. And it doesn't line up perfectly, so I'm just gonna like, just make it slightly
Yes,
larger.
I do that so much if I'm doing like text effects and there's like a little line, I'll add a stroke of whatever the background color is just to like hide it a little bit.
I actually think it does have a stroke. And that's probably why. Okay, wait. I think it's...
Again, no way is the wrong way. As long as it looks the way you want it to by the end, like it can be a total disaster if you actually look at the file. But if it looks right, like you did it. Like that's really
All
my
right.
mantra. Is like as
Well-
long as you finish with the product you want.
You're not gonna be able to see it, so we're just gonna leave it because I think there's a random magical stroke somewhere. So...
Oh, you could do, you could make a stroke or a line with that same stroke and then do select same stroke color and it will grab whatever that is. If it is actually that. Oh, or there could be like a little bevel. Like it's like, you know how like some mirrors have like the extra little.
Okay. So we'll leave it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you can totally leave it.
It works. Okay. So text.
Yes, so we're gonna put some text around the outside. What are we gonna say? What's the message
So
we
it's
want to
show up
convey?
for yourself, hence why there's a mirror. Because I think it's important that you do show up for yourself, and if you don't know what that means, essentially just like that same energy you put into like your job or whatever it is that you're doing, like you should be doing that for yourself as well.
Yes. It's so important to like take care of yourself, especially as a designer. Like you're constantly pouring out this creative energy of like, how do you like take care of yourself and all that?
Exactly.
Last night we were starting the daily challenges, and I was like super stressed, and last night I was like, I just need to like go, and so I went for a walk and decided to go to all the hotels I could find in San Francisco and like look at the Christmas stuff, and my heart was so full by the end. I was like, I'm so ready for Christmas.
That's fun.
All the holidays.
All right, so I'm just making an oval that's sort of similar to the shape in the for the mirror.
Okay.
And then we're gonna put the text on that as a path.
And using the Type on a Path tool, hopefully some of you learned that literally last night or yesterday, working with our Illustrator Daily Challenge. If you're not in there, hop in. Our last challenge was literally what we're doing right now, Type on a Path. Super easy. And we have about 32 minutes to the Photoshop Daily Challenges. I think we're working with blend modes today, so be sure to be posting those. I'll be checking Discord, I'll be checking and looking on Behance, and we'll be giving feedback and reviewing those in about 30 minutes or so.
Should we do it? I'm trying to decide how we should do the text because, where did the handle go? I'm like, should I do it around?
Yeah, I think that's kind of fun. Okay. Like doing it around the edge, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was cool. And then with the type on a path, you have to make sure that you know where the end point and the start point is.
Yes, it's very important because it'll get real wonky if you don't set those.
And now it's like hiding. I think if I change the color of the layer. Oh, let me make a text layer too. See, you gotta stay organized.
There we go. Yeah, I like lose the... Oh, okay, so the middle is up there at the top.
Okay, I see this is this one.
There we go.
And then this is this one. It kind of got lost for a second.
Boom.
And then the middle is... Where is the middle? Is it at the top?
Somewhere up there.
Why is it hiding?
Wait, on that anchor point.
It's fine. It looks centered. Okay, so I don't know if I want this text necessarily as font, but I just chose some fonts that I kind of liked. But we still have to choose the color and format them in the size and all that. So I kind of like the one this one.
I do too.
I feel like that's really interesting
funky.
looking.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. I think this is from, what font is this? Jeems. Is that a Typekit font? No, maybe not. I don't know where I got that from.
I'll look.
Okay. It's fun. I like it. I'm gonna change the color, and then we have our color. I kind of diverted from our color palette, and I think I just went rogue, but.
Sometimes it happens. And again, there's no wrong way to do any of these things. You can totally go off the rails and pick whatever colors, and then eventually come back to something else, as long as you end with what you want.
Ooh, that blue's nice. I want to make this a little bit bigger. Let's try.
Oh, that blue is nice.
Do you want to go all the way around?
I think that works. Yeah, I think that has a cool shape. It almost looks like a footprint that's like, you're like taking steps forward or something. Like it looks like it could be like that overall shape. Especially with the detail around the edge, it almost looks like a tread. That looks cool.
It does look cool.
And I think with the pattern brush and that font, like it feels very like on trend. It's like a little quirky, a little like wobbly.
Ooh.
That's how I describe design right now, especially type design, like wobbly.
Okay. So I want to kind of fill the frame a little.
It is not a custom, or it's a little bit of a custom workspace. We're working with the typography workspace with a couple things added on, like the swatches.
I want to make sure this is like as centered as possible, but I would have to deselect the hand if I wanted to center it perfectly.
Yeah, so that's something to sometimes if you want to center something, you actually, we could probably center.
We could center the mirror.
The text, because the text is like an actual shape, and then move the mirror into where it needs to be based on the text. So a lot of times if you have something that goes that's a little bit of an oblong shape, it will, actually it should align because the text is coming out further than the hand. So if it, you know what I Sometimes you have to do it optically instead of mechanically, which means you have to just look at it with your eye and be like, that's the center.
I eye everything.
Yeah.
But I also love to use the align tool. I use that for everything.
Yep.
Okay, that actually, I'm looking at the space between here and here.
Feels right.
Yeah, it feels right.
That's definitely the like sign off is like, it feels right. Like, I don't know if it is right, but it feels right.
It feels good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're about there.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, looks good.
Maybe we're done here. Maybe we're gonna go to Photoshop.
We did it.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna save this. I'll make sure like I have all my layers. This is the whole mirror.
All right, can you walk us through this export process? I'm not super familiar actually taking things from Illustrator into Photoshop, so I would love to learn.
So I'm gonna just delete these artboards so that it doesn't save those.
Bye.
So the mirror is not, oh, actually I grouped it. So like all those are one layer, which is fine. It doesn't need to be separate layers. Yeah, that's all one layer. I do kind of want her face to be its own layer though. Actually, no, that's fine. We'll just keep it grouped. Okay. So. And I'm just gonna delete the reference photos layer. Okay. I'm going to go to File, Export as Photoshop. Color mode. I want to keep it at 300 dpi. And then we're gonna make sure that we preserve the layers. So when I import it into Photoshop, it'll keep all of the Illustrator layers.
Okay, and so we're just clicking that on
Illustrator.
Cool. Writing Photoshop file. Look at the learning.
Because I could import it as a smart object, but
it just gets so complicated when you start working with smart objects like that.
Someone said some contrast and color for type would be nice. Well,
I think we're there. We'll maybe do some shadowing and some textures in Photoshop to help maybe change that up a little bit. All right, so now we're moving over into opening this into Photoshop. Oh, yeah. It's very large. We scaled it at 24 by 36, right?
Yeah.
So it's like pretty massive.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. So it's thinking. I anytime I have to do a large file like that, I was working on a project where I was doing wall wraps that were like 10 feet by 20 feet, and my computer just bricked for a hot second.
So we are going to
delete those.
And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to make a quick little mask so that her hand isn't off the artboard, because I think that'll transfer over as well. Okay, so we're going to save that again. Oh, and you use artboards. Duh, that's probably what I didn't do. Okay. And then just close this out. Ah, look at that.
There we go, we got it.
All right, so we have our text. Do we have all our layers? Yeah, we have all our layers. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit of texture. So I'm going to turn my tablet back on. And
so we've imported, we have all of our layers already.
Yeah.
This is great.
So there's the hand. And I'm going to change this so I know what everything is.
Staying organized.
The face.
And again, just about 25 minutes for you guys to submit your daily challenges. For Photoshop, we will be looking at the blend modes and looking in Discord. There are already a lot of cute animals happening with the blend modes being applied to them. So hop in there and do your daily challenges or submit them on Behance using the hashtag PSDailyChallenge, and I'll be monitoring those. There is a whole bunch coming in from yesterday's challenge that we may take a look at as well. So we'll do that in about 23 minutes.
So I just want to add like I think I want to add like some halftone patterns. So I downloaded Kyle's patterns, which are free with a Creative Cloud subscription.
They're included in Creative Cloud?
Yes, Adobe has partnered or done something with him where you can only get them in Creative Cloud now.
Yes, he
can't buy them anymore.
He's super amazing, incredible creative. He's also super nice.
You've met him?
He's just a really nice person. Yes, I think I met him at Max last year. He's super nice. He's super cool.
Oh, people were telling me.
Yes, exported as
Thank you.
PSD.
We figured it out, though.
Thank you. It's funny, our chat that we see is a little bit behind the chat of what's actually happening here. And so we'll do something, and then chat will be like, here's how you do it. And you're like, oh, yep, that's how I should have done it.
All right, let me just see what this looks like. You can use the left and right. Oh, not right there. You can use the left and right brackets as long as it's not trying to have you select the size. And it is. Okay, let's see. Okay, I don't want that.
There we go. Enter. Yeah, there we go.
So I just want to see what this looks like.
So here in Kyle T. Webster is his name, Yale. He is a brush designer. It's totally incredible. He does really good work. So because we're working at such a large size, these brushes are probably going to have a little bit of texture. They're really going to show every little detail.
I just want to see what this looks like. Do we like this texture? That's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool vibe.
It's like a crosshatch.
Ooh.
Okay. There's so many. We can just use any of them.
There are. Oh, what about that halftone one?
Which one?
That could be fun. 2 down?
Right here?
Yeah.
Ooh, and that can make it bigger. Okay.
Yeah, that could be super fun, especially if it gets like frayed a little bit. What's it? Like a softer brush?
Okay.
Is there a term for that?
What does that mean?
The softness. So, so if you hit, it's I believe the brackets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that make it softer. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Shift bracket. Shift bracket. I believe will make it so that like it goes in with the edge a little blurred instead of being like fully.
Really? Did it do it? I don't know. I don't know. It's like an orange color, so you can't really see it.
Roundness. That's the word that I want.
Where's that?
So go up into the actual brush.
Uh-huh.
And then...
Oh, hardness.
Hardness. That's what it is. Hardness.
Okay.
That's what it is. We
like
got there.
The who?
We got there, friends.
Where can you get the brushes?
I'm not sure. Tim, can you post a link to the Kyle T. Webster brushes if you can find it? I'm not sure where to get them either.
So apparently they're included. I think I saw something that like they were included in Photoshop, but if you look,
they may just
all
be
of
there.
these brush. No, I think I also had to download some. I think I looked it up. Like if you go to his website, if you look up Kyle T. Webster brushes, it'll take you to a link to the where you get them from Creative Cloud.
Cool.
But all of these are his, and there's all these different. I think I got downloaded some other ones as well, but like there's ones for like letterers, and there's all these amazing brushes.
He's awesome.
Yeah, and I didn't even know they were free. I was actually watching someone else's Adobe Live, and they were talking about it. And I was like, oh,
I want those.
I want those. And then there you go.
Thanks,
okay.
Tim.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to pick a color. I feel like I want to do like a darker purple for her face. And maybe this color.
And we're using our libraries, right, on Cloud?
Yeah.
So we can just pick colors and make sure that they're coming back and forth.
Yes, because otherwise I'm like, where's my color palette?
Yes.
It's an Illustrator. Then you have to figure out how to get it from Illustrator. So I just use my color palettes. However, with the libraries for color groups, it can only be 5 colors. So I had to sort of break up my colors. I want to change my workspace. Where's my window? Is it hiding from me?
For which one?
You know how you can change like your workspace?
Oh yeah, Windows.
Oh, it's right here. There you go. I think like I'm used to certain apps where it's like in the corner in Illustrator. Let's do painting. Okay. So I basically created a new layer and I did a little, what is this? Clip group? Just to the face. So that when I draw, it's only going to be on her face.
Yep. And I believe that you can hold Command and click in between those layers, and it will make it so that it's a clip group, so it will only draw onto the layer underneath it.
Okay, so let's add, and with my tablet, I can change the brush size as well. So let's just add like, let me just see what this does. Should we make it bigger?
Oh, I love that. It's giving her like the little cheekbone.
The cheekbones she never had.
Yeah, we're doing a contour. Now it's a full-on makeup tutorial.
So you just want to add your bronzer.
We made it. Yep. Add the bronzer, then we're gonna blend.
But I don't know if I want to add it to her hair. Can I just add it to her face? But see, this is what happens when you don't name all your layers.
Yeah, you can probably draw it and then just clip
change
out.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
Yeah, and especially even if we change the blend mode to multiply, it will drop out on that black. The black will totally not work.
Okay. So, I'm just gonna add a little bit, and then maybe we'll add one. Let's see.
And again, about 15 minutes to get your daily challenges in. I am currently monitoring the Behance and checking out the Discord. So you guys are starting to drop. Oh, there's so many corgis. Ooh. Oh, I'm not emotionally prepared for this. I'm so excited to look at all these animals.
I love corgis.
Oh, y'all are doing a really great job on these. So keep them coming in, post them. You got about 15 minutes. If you haven't done it, we're playing with blend modes. So go play with blend modes in Photoshop and hop in to our daily challenge. Nice, giving her a little definition.
We're just contouring her forehead a little bit.
Yep.
It was a little big. And then maybe make this smaller.
Yep.
And just sort of like adding a little bit of texture.
Yes. A little highlight right in the nose. Pinch so she can't breathe. These are all the things.
No, I've
gotten really into watching makeup tutorials to like fall asleep.
Yeah, how do you know so much?
So I instead of like listening to podcasts, I'll like turn on makeup tutorials in the background because they're just super like soothing to listen to. And so I've just absorbed all this information.
That's so funny. You know exactly. You probably could contour her face.
I feel like I would be good at makeup from just watching these YouTube tutorials. Cecilia, yes, Photoshop challenges are on Discord or Behance. You can post them at hashtag PS Daily Challenge on Behance or post them into the Daily Challenge Discord.
You know what might be interesting? Maybe trying like a brighter color.
A brighter highlight, yeah.
Yeah, and let's do that on her
That is kind of fun.
So, I guess I could just select it. Right?
Yes, Salam says, yes, Sophia, it's looking fire, fire, fire.
Thanks, Salam.
Yes, fire, fire, fire.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's great for a lip, to add like that little like gloss highlight.
Yeah, and it's like a lime green, which why? I don't know, because why not have lime green?
Yeah, the green and purple will like vibrate a little bit off of each other, create that super fun highlight.
I'm gonna lower the opacity a little bit, because she doesn't need to have like...
This is great.
Is it? Because we're just playing. We're having fun. We're experimenting. Okay. Just like a little... do we like that? You know,
yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Like little glossy.
Okay. And like a little smaller. I changed the hardness too, so I made it 50%.
So it's having the little bit of the... Yep.
Yeah, that like grit, which is really nice. And then maybe it's like a little stronger, like here. Random cough. Okay.
A little bit of that highlight.
That's kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
I feel like she needs some shadow under her chin. Oh, I'm gonna change this and put it a little bit further down where her face is. And her face is like down here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, and so now it's not in her hair. And then where is this layer? Did I like draw on the layer or something? Right here.
Oh yeah, I think we drew on top and then we're gonna like clip it out afterwards.
I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from. Moved her hair, huh? Let me see. What layer is that? Oh.
Because I think we have the clipping right above that is where it's painted on.
No, I was trying to figure out this part.
Yeah. I wonder if we select layer and click on it, if it will grab it. That's what I always do if I'm like, where is this from? Is I'll turn off the auto select layer on the click and I'll like go in and like click on it and be like, where is it?
It wasn't there. All right. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, but I'm gonna keep going with the textures, and I'm gonna add some to her chin as well. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger, and then what brush are we using? I'm gonna go back up to the bigger brush, which was like probably this one.
Oh, you guys are doing a great job. The challenges are starting to come in for the Photoshop challenge. If you haven't done them, again, about 12 minutes left. Start getting them in. They're starting to roll in, and y'all are killing it. It's looking really good. I'm excited to get some feedback on those. A little direction. These libraries are super helpful when you're working in multiple programs like this, Illustrator to Photoshop, because you can just like grab whatever you need and put it all in one place.
Yes. It's really important, like when you said, when you're switching between apps. I feel like I need it.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to add a little bit of a shadow down
There
here.
we go. Getting a little definition.
Yeah, because our chin was kind of disappearing a little bit.
We don't want a disappearing chin.
And maybe it's like a shape, which is kind of interesting.
Because it's got maybe the lighting is coming down and giving
Yeah.
the shadow. Dynamic.
Okay. And maybe a little bit of a highlight, and then we'll do like textures on the whole thing.
Yeah,
And
and
text
yeah,
stuff.
even doing like that light green that you have.
Yeah,
maybe.
I like that green.
Yeah, and even taking like the opacity down a little bit or whatever.
Yeah.
To have that little highlight.
This is looking pretty
brightest.
good.
Glowing. Blinding highlight. I've learned that's the adjective to use. Blinding.
I'm having so much fun with these
The brushes.
brushes.
Yeah.
They're so fun. I'm gonna also, bring the opacity down and then make it kind of big. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's totally,
it's
that
fun.
is highlight. A soft glow.
Just like a little nose. Y'all know. Maybe you don't. But
Yes, Ollie, it's really weird to watch it get built from scratch, and that's why I love these streams. Is being Ollie says, "Oh my, OMG, amazing! Everything happened in front of me, step by step," and it's fun to see like the trials, the things that work, the things that don't work, and how we start to get to this place where like, oh, we're like getting to a place.
Yeah. It's like it's working. I don't like this. Okay. I feel like I want something that looks a little bit more.
And yes, watching this again would be great to learn, but also getting into the daily challenges is super helpful to actually learn a lot of these tools. So eventually you can get to the level where you're creating the stuff working like Sophia's working.
You can't change the hardness. Ooh, we got some dots going now.
I'm getting crazy with texture.
Now she says dots going down her nose because they're so big. Let me see.
Oh, like,
Okay, no.
gosh, what's her name? Valkyrie from Black Panther. She has like that cool like
Yeah.
dot pattern.
I really like halftone textures. I feel like they're fun.
I do too, and they
So-
add like a little bit of grit, and this is the difference again between Illustrator and Photoshop, is you can work with halftones like this kind of in Illustrator,
Yeah.
but working in Photoshop, you can have such great texture, such great like soft edges,
Yeah.
And really like work with that. Oh yeah, a little Cupid's bow? Is that what that's
That
called?
thing. Little nose doodles.
That little thing, nose doodles. I have that with my mustache. I have like a little space in the middle where it doesn't grow.
As you can see, I could probably redraw that 15 million times. Okay. And then maybe the mirror needs, or her hand needs something. There we go.
Oh yeah, add some definition, maybe some knuckles, or maybe a scar, a beauty mark. A little beauty mark right here.
A beauty mark?
I guess it's not a beauty mark, it's just a freckle if it's on your, if it's not, it's just like a regular freckle. I'm calling it a beauty mark.
It can be a beauty mark. It's beautiful, so.
Yes. Oh
I
yeah,
wanna
some shadow.
see- I feel like I want things that are kind of like, maybe we like that. And since I have that clipping mask, it's gonna just stay on the hand, which makes me happy.
Which is the same concept as the Draw Inside tool that we're using in Illustrator, but now moved over into Photoshop by using that clipping layer. So we
Right.
have a layer, and then we hold a command and click between, and it will make it so that it only draws on this bottom layer.
Yeah, that looks pretty
Yep.
handy. And then maybe go back with a tighter circle so that it's a little bit closer together.
Yes, Tim, it is a beauty mark if you're a hand model. That's a very good point. This is like the hand model pose with like each of the fingers out.
I hand modeled recently. I just want to throw that out there.
Like actually?
Yeah, I did. I hand model.
That's fantastic.
It was very random, but it was fun. I mean, when you live in New York, you have to do anything.
That's true. Cecilia, to post, go to create a project, and then you can drop it in there, and you can make your project, and then tag it PS Daily Challenge.
And then I'm just gonna...
You also can subscribe to the daily challenges. Tim, if you want to drop those links, you can do the Illustrator challenges or the Photoshop challenges, and you can subscribe to get notifications on your desktop every day when a new one goes live.
I drop that opacity down a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's getting like crazy dimension.
It's getting handy. Okay.
This is a great showcase of the power of Photoshop and Illustrator coming together.
Yes.
Here's all these flat shapes, and you're like, okay, it feels flat, and then you come in here and you're like, oh, it's starting to get definition, it's starting to come to life. And again, the easiest way to do this and get reference is literally posing and taking a picture yourself.
Yeah, and if not, you can use stock photos from Adobe Stock.
Adobe Stock. Sponsored.
Ding.
Sponsored content. I guess this entire thing is sponsored content. But yeah, use it. You can use stuff from Adobe Stock, and it's really good to see the lighting. That's what I use it for most, is not necessarily the forms, but the lighting, to see like where are the shadows, where are the highlights, where is everything falling together.
Yeah. Ooh, we got some of that green going.
That green's such a fun highlight.
That's a good highlight color. I don't really know what nail highlights look like, but like
That?
on hands.
Yeah.
I have a hand.
Like a. Oh, your nails are super fun.
Thanks.
Yes, we don't have. I don't think we don't have the GoPro cam hooked up, or we would show the nail, because
These are my designs.
This is your design on your nails,
Yeah,
right?
it's with power decals. It's
Yes.
we're actually releasing a collection of nail designs, so you can
super
wear
fun.
my
Do
art
we have
on
the
your
GoPro
nails.
going? We did? All right, let's cut to the GoPro. All right, we're doing nail cam.
Oh, we're showing my nails? Oh, that's fun.
We got it. Oh, got it. Oh, on the
Seeing
side. Sorry,
hits and
I don't know how
trials give
GoPros
me
work. There we go.
confidence.
All right, there we go. Okay, you got about 6 minutes on those daily challenges. We're getting a little distracted here.
Show my nails.
You can watch it online again, behance.live, if you want to catch the replay, Gina. All right, let's show off these nails. So these are your designs on your nails.
Yeah, I just got them done because I wanted them to be done. So yeah, this is like right here is my artwork. Right here is a little person here. Yes. And then this one too.
Super fun. So that's pretty on trend with what we're doing right now with our color schemes.
Yeah.
With your illustration style. I love that. That's super fun.
Thanks. Like I said, you can purchase them soon. So keep an eye out on my Instagram for that.
Follow right here. Oh, other side. There we go. Right there. Follow along, and you can get those nails.
I feel like I want to add the texture to the background, and then we'll do the text.
Cool.
And then like, I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes, so let's toss in as much texture as we can get in those 5 minutes.
Okay.
Be sure to be submitting your daily challenges. Again, we're gonna be looking at those, giving some feedback, and we might be able to come back to this after we do feedback, depending on how many projects are coming in. Y'all are doing great on these challenges, by the way. Oh my goodness, wow, these are cool. Sorry, I'm very excited.
Oh, I don't have internet.
It's gonna be great. Oh, we're having some connectivity issues.
Apparently I never connect. No, I did connect. We
will get it. We'll get it connected. It's totally fine.
Because I was gonna license some stock texture for this.
Oh yeah. So we'll actually be looking at this. We're doing this in Photoshop Daily Challenge, and we'll actually be doing this as well in the Illustrator Daily Challenge, is doing something called additive texture. And so additive texture is basically when you are taking texture and moving it and pushing it on top of something. So there's a lot of times that you can use texture to take away, but doing additive texture basically lays it on top. So if you think back to like elementary school, did you ever have the elementary school where you had the transparencies? That it was like, so I like to think of it as like having something on a piece of paper and then putting a transparency over it and like drawing, and it just pushes it on top so you can still separate it. I believe the daily challenges for Illustrator, we literally talked about multiply during the daily challenge. That's what I'm seeing in our challenge. And so that's probably what we're gonna be doing, right? We'll license some stock and then go back and do some multiplying.
Yeah, we will.
Cool.
Yeah, so I love like cardboard or like craft paper textures. So I looked for some of those, and what I did was I just saved them to my library because I didn't know which ones I wanted to use necessarily, and I wanted to have a few options. So these are like the stock photos that I saved to my library. And then this is like a wrinkled poster. So I'm just gonna drag this onto here, and then hopefully I'll be able to just scale it pretty large. It's just a texture. So even if it's grainy, it doesn't really matter because we just kind of want.
And a lot of times if it gets too blurry, I'll either like blur it more or I'll add a high pass or sharpen just to like, because if it's a texture, it doesn't really matter if it looks like a little bit weird. Yeah, that looks fine.
All right, so I like how you can see the preview, and I usually use like a color burn, or maybe we'll do like multiply, let's see. But I'll obviously lower the opacity.
Yep.
But I just want to see what it actually looks like.
The live preview's new, I think it came in like 2 updates. It's my favorite addition they've ever made to Photoshop.
Same.
Because I would click through those just so fast every time.
I would go through every single one.
Yep.
All right, do we like any of these? I mean, obviously it needs
I think Darken. What was happening with Darken? I kind of like Darken. What's happening
lower
with
the
the one
opacity.
underneath?
Because I really just want the texture.
Yeah.
So if you can see now, it has the texture in the background on the hand. I want it to look more like it's not just a new illustration.
Yep.
So let's see what the other ones look like now that the opacity is a little bit lowered. Oh, is it like intensifying her face contour? Oh, maybe it was already intense. Okay.
Blinding.
She was already contoured.
Blinding.
Either darken or multi. Yeah, let's just do darken.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep it pretty low. Okay.
A little bit of texture on there. And again, this is additive texture. We have that paper on top, and we are basically just pushing it all together.
Do we like any of these? Let me see. I'm going to look at some of these previews. I also love a good grunge. Ooh, I think I want...
Vector grunge stuff, yes.
Let's do... I actually like these. Or the poster one, the wrinkled poster. No, let's do one of these. So I'm going to license that as well.
License. And it's great that you can license stuff like straight from the program and not have to bounce and forth.
Amazing.
It's so great. Because there were times that you're doing something, you're like, you know what? A flower would be great here. Boom, I got a flower, like right away.
So since it's an Illustrator, so I'm just going to probably copy it into... No, I'll put it in my library, and then I'll drag it
put it in your library,
That makes more sense.
And if you're subscribed to Illustrator challenges, you might be getting some free vector textures next week. I made you some. It's a gift for you, world. You're welcome.
So then we'll go back and we have our artwork. Oh my God, it's like a speck. Why is it so tiny? Well, it's fine.
It's vector, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be all right. All right, 1 minute till our Photoshop challenge. We'll have time right after to come back to this and work on some of the textures.
Yeah, we're almost done anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go back to our different layers. Oh, that's interesting.
Ooh.
That's fun.
Yes. There's a great video with Aaron Draplin, who's an incredible designer.
Yes.
And he's like working through stuff, and he's like, how do you know when it's done? And he's like working on something, he goes, oh yeah, no, that's it. It's good. Like, and sometimes you just fall on it, and it's like, yep, that looks really cool. That's cool. I wonder too if we just apply it to the background, that if it sits behind everything.
Yeah, it looks cool. Okay, and then maybe we'll go back to this craft paper. My favorite texture is this like cardboard texture. But I don't think I have it in here. But it was originally, you know when they had all the Adobe assets, you could just access it from like the little cloud thing? I got it from there, and I'm like, I don't know where it is anymore, but it was my fave. Okay.
All right. It's just about time to start reviewing some submissions. We have some submissions in our Discord, so I'm gonna kind of open these in our Discord and get some feedback. I believe the challenge today was working with blending modes. And so we're gonna go through some of these. If you're not in the Discord already, join the Discord, hop in, join these daily challenges. They're a great way for you to grow your skills. The Photoshop challenge was this morning. There is an XD challenge coming up, I believe, right after this stream. And then later at 2, I'll be back hanging out with you guys with our first ever graphic design Illustrator challenge. So let's take a look at some of these and give some thoughts and feedback.
Oh, I love that.
Let's see if we can, there we go.
Those colors are so fun.
These colors are super fun.
Looks like cut paper.
It does, you did a great job. Let's see, who is this? Sorry. SNO.E. Hello. You did a really great job with incorporating the textures here. They're very subtle textures, which is cool.
Yeah, it does give it almost like that cardboard kind of feel.
Yeah, and especially with like this edge that's happening here, like the little shadow.
Yeah.
That's super fun. And then the multiply color blend modes that you're happening in here create very interesting interactions.
That's really fun.
Super fun.
I would buy that card.
Holidays. All right, here we go into the animals. I need to like emotionally prepare to look at these incredible pictures of all these cute animals.
Aww.
Look at this cute kitty. So I believe in the challenge, they had a picture of a corgi, and they were adding in a bow and working with highlights, working with overlays, working with multiplies.
I love that bow.
Yeah, you did a really great job at creating the dimension of this bow.
Did they make that bow? That's fun.
It's super fun. And I like how you can see on the top here, it has the highlight, and then it moves down into that shadow. It really creates it like it's like a round bow instead of just being like a bow on top. Great job imitating. All right, let's get to... Oh, hey, Anna. Anna's in our Discord. Anna's running our Photoshop Daily Challenges, so say hi to Anna in Discord. Oh, little bunny.
Aww.
Hello, little bunny.
That bunny is so cute.
It is. Oh, cute little bunny. And again, great job with the bow. I think you have an outer glow, it looks like, on here maybe. On this edge that you're kind of adding a little bit of dimension. My suggestions with outer glows is always to add a little bit of noise. So you can add the opacity, you can change the noise, and adding a little bit of noise helps to like pick up the pixels of the photo somehow, so it feels like a little bit more organic.
Yeah.
Super fun.
All these animals.
Oh, y'all, this is great. Cool, so it looks like on this you've masked this bow out a little bit.
Yeah, like a drop shadow.
Yeah. I would maybe go in with the Refine Edge tool, and you can catch some of these little white pieces that are happening along these edges here. And something else that I'll do that is not the right way, 0%, don't do this, is I'll go in and I will burn the edges, use the burn tool, and I'll burn the edges so that it blends into the shadow.
Oh.
Or I'll take the saturation.
Okay.
If I'm like screening a green screen or something, I'll take the saturation all the way down.
Okay.
And then go around the edge so it just fades to black, basically.
You know what I would do? If I had it selected, I would go to like select and then do contract, like maybe 1 or 2 pixels, and that way it just gets rid of those white edges.
Absolutely, yeah, and it just pulls in. And sometimes if you lose a little bit of the edge of an object, like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It still looks fine and it's easy to composite in there. But great job. This is super fun, super cute cat. Let's keep going.
I forgot I had things.
Oh, okay. So this is from Ant, our friend Ant.
Look at that dog.
I know, it's so cute. And what's great is, we'll come back to this piece. What's great is I think you posted the different elements that you use to composite this together, which is really great.
Yeah, I love that.
So I love the...
Oh, you can even tell that the background.
Yeah.
I thought that was part of the picture.
I totally thought that it was part of the picture. And so you did you... You changed the focus on this even by using the Gaussian blur, which I think you talked about in the challenge.
They did a good job.
Yeah, this is really great.
I like that bow too. It was so shiny.
Yeah, the only thing that I would do is maybe underneath this bow is do a very large yellow brush and change the overlay to soft light change the blend mode to soft light or overlay. And that way it will tie in the background with the dog. So it will interact with those the same way. And so adding things on top sometimes will help to bring your lighting together, or even dropping a color on top and changing the blend mode to help the colors kind of come together. Great job.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh, look at how cute they are. Look at their little faces and their tiny little ears.
They gave them names.
Oh yeah, what should we name them?
No, they have names.
Oh, they have
Zoe, Dottie. Is the dog named Stock?
Stock. Oh, look at, he's got a little name tag on. A little Stock.
That is so cute.
All right, this is my favorite thing I've ever seen. This is my Christmas card actually this year. I'll license this for you and send it out. This is great. You did a great job.
Nothing else to be said.
Yeah, excellent job masking out those corgis too. It's very clean lines.
The only thing I was gonna say is like I feel like the text at the bottom is kind of competing, like the colors and the gradients on it. It's like there's already so much going on. So sometimes it's okay to be simple if you have a lot going on, just to like.
Yep, and even incorporating like this into just having this red color and just knocking it out very simply.
Yeah.
I just need to pet him. And knocking this out very simply, I think could help focus. And maybe even taking out some of the snowflakes behind here so you can keep the focus on the Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
That's great. Great job, Cece.
Oh,
ooh, wow.
We did some work here.
We're stepping up.
How much time do they have for this?
Wow.
30 minutes?
Yeah. I know, this is like a quick turnaround. Wow, really great job here. I don't know how much feedback I have. Like this, you did a great job at incorporating the colors onto her face. I love the dimension that you got up here, that you can kind of see that there is a little bit of dimension kind of coming under there, and I think maybe there's a little shadow there. Compositing this back on, it looks like, okay, maybe the body is one photo, right? Like we have the shape here with like a background.
Yeah.
And then maybe this is composited in as another photo.
So they had to cut all of that out.
That's great.
That
Good
looks
job.
really good. That's like a cool poster.
It is. It's a really cool poster. And it'd be great to like, you could put type behind this very easily.
Yeah.
Great job.
Ooh, what is this stained glass doing?
Oh yes, this is from yesterday.
Oh.
We'll get a little bit off topic, but this is from yesterday. They were doing stained glass effects. Yeah. And again, I guess it ties in with the working with the animals. This is really great. Great job. Ilaj? I'm sorry, I'm trying.
Ayla?
Ayla, maybe Ayla. Oh boy. So stained glass was yesterday. Oh, another little cat. Cute.
Oh, I'm looking at the bow.
Looking at the bow. And it looks here like you were doing a drop shadow. So see these edges, how they're like there's a little shadow coming here? So it looks like a drop shadow, but I'm not sure where the lighting is set to come from because there isn't anything happening here, but it looks like the shadow is still coming down. So maybe the shadow is coming this way. I would pay attention to trying to figure out which way the lighting is coming from. And we talked about this a little bit of a real world application of like holding a pencil or something and seeing where does the light lay, holding your phone with like a flashlight, of where do those shadows fall. But great job. Wow, I'm so impressed by these. Great job, everyone.
Yay!
Same. Y'all did great. Let's hop over and see on Behance if there is, oh. Did I hit a wrong button? I hit a wrong button. That was my fault. Sorry, everyone.
We can all go home.
Glad you didn't see my desktop, because it's a nightmare. Cool. It looks like there's a lot in Discord. If you have finished in Discord, go ahead, post it on Behance using hashtag #PSDailyChallenge. And make sure that you are also working on your Illustrator Daily Challenges, because I will be trying to look at some of those both in Discord, and we'll try to look on the stream today. We got a lot to cover, but I will try to review those on the stream as well at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We've got about 15 minutes left, so let's hop back in here and see if we can get the rest of this texture going through.
Okay, so I think we should do something to the text.
Okay.
And it's still text. It's still text in here. So actually, I think...
Does it stay editable?
Yeah, look.
Oh, no.
I want to make
that's so cool.
I want to make it a little bit smaller. I love that Photoshop has these little scrolly things. I wish everything had this.
Yes.
I want all the programs to have the scroll.
Oh my goodness, that's so amazing.
You're gonna start doing this now, right?
I'm gonna start doing this so much because I love doing text effects, and I do a lot of like vintage, like movie title card kind of stuff, but I'll usually build all the type in Illustrator and then bring it over as smart objects. Okay. And it's really great that you can just do it here. Like, I had no idea. This is fantastic.
So let's do, what should we do to the text? Because we have options. We could do, I don't know if we should do a drop shadow. I feel like that might be weird, but let's just look. Let's see what that looks like. Is it doing it? Because I don't see anything.
We might need to make the distance or the size more with the drop shadow.
Oh, because it's such a large file.
It's such a large file, yeah.
Maybe not. If we have any suggestions for text, let me know.
Or
maybe a gradient.
Oh, that looks cool. Yep, what you just did, that's what we want.
That's it. That was it. Okay, let's change the colors because this isn't really the colors we have going on. So let's do like the purple and then pink and then we'll do the lime green.
That is looking fantastic. Oh, that's so fun. It'd be cool to see this as like a foil.
Like when it gets printed?
Foil. Yep. Oh, Dama-chan, yes, we were looking at today's challenges. I think you posted yesterday the stained glass. I'm looking at it here, and it looks fantastic. The moon that you made is really great. Right over here in the corner. Great job. We missed over it. She noted it in chat, so I thought we'd bring it up.
Yeah, so cute.
Right? Super
I don't even know
fun.
how to do this. I need to learn how to make stained glass effects. That's nice.
Well, we have a great tutorial for you on our daily challenge from yesterday. You can watch the replay after this.
Give it a vintage effect.
Yeah, great job.
That's what someone said. I like this gradient. Do we like this or reversed? I kind of like this one where it gets lighter. And then I feel like that purple is a little bit dark. So I just want to make it a little bit lighter.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, that feels super dynamic.
It does. Okay. Do we need to do anything with blend modes? No, probably not. We'll just leave it normal.
Okay, what if you change that to like hard light or color?
Okay, let's see.
Because that gradient is so dynamic, hard light might get crazy.
Hard light, vivid light.
Oh, yeah, I got crazy.
It's getting a little too. I try to stay away from fluorescent because it's not realistic, and especially if you want to print something, that color is never going to look like that. And I mean, I am working at RGB right now, but because I just want it to look good on the screen.
Yep. And that's the thing, a lot of times with Photoshop is you can get really great, vibrant, crazy colors and like those fluorescents if you're working for digital RGB. But printing, you kind of have to work within some more confines, but Photoshop's really great for hitting those brights.
I was looking at this inner shadow because I want to see what that does. But you can't even really see it. You can see, I mean, it is yellow, but.
Yeah, inner shadow, it's set to multiply as well. So you could probably leave that, normal.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
That's inner structure. Inner shadow, inner glow is what you want. There we go. And then change that to, whatever color. I use inner glow all the time instead of using like a bevel or emboss.
Yeah. I just want to see what it looks like.
And then change the blend mode. It's on screen right now. There you go.
Oh, I can see it. I can see it.
It's kind of fun. It's giving it some dimension.
One. We'll do that, and then I'm gonna actually click OK, and I'm gonna zoom in because I can't actually see what I'm doing. Okay. So let's just stay in around here.
And yes, this soft proof feature in Photoshop is very helpful to see how it's going to look at print.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of times that you're like, well, that's not at all what I want, and you gotta make some adjustments.
Okay, I can see it now. If you get a little bit bigger in the size, and instead of the green, is not doing it for me. Let me see. Let's do, I feel like yellow is a little bit more universal. Maybe it's just me. Okay. That looks cool. Nice.
Oh yeah, that's going somewhere. Yeah.
All right, what else should we add to this?
Chat, what else do we want to add? We have about 10 minutes left, so we
crazy.
can make some adjustments, add some stuff. Maybe we should add, do you want to do like a vignette around the edges to maybe give it like the focus so it's like a little more, like it's got that like super intense onto the face?
Yeah.
So a vignette, for you out there, is a term. I was going to say a French term, but I don't know if it's a French term. A vignette is basically, yeah, it sounds French, right? Where you darken the edges to bring focus to the center. Excuse me. So darken the edges to bring focus to the center. Let's see.
So would I make a rectangle and then cut out the middle?
Usually what I do.
Or make a gradient and then inverse it and make the middle clear, like no opacity?
Yes, so I either do that or I'll literally take a super big soft brush and just go outside the artboard on the corners to get like as much as I want. But either of those ways of doing like a gradient like totally works, where it's clear in the middle and then goes darker on the outside.
Let's just do a gradient because we haven't done that yet.
All right, vignette is French. We did it. Sorry, we say something and then I get so distracted and then we're like, all right, the origins of the word vignette. All right, we're back in design. Here we are. So basically what we're doing here is we are making a gradient, and that gradient is going to be clear on the inside and then go darker to the outside so that we can have it focus the eye into the center of the design.
It's showing yellow because I know what I can do. I think I can take off the fill opacity. And then,
there we go.
Should we do it blue or should we do black? I guess we should do black if we're going to do.
Or you can do blue and multiply it.
Okay, let's do like a dark.
It would have like a little hue, yeah.
Oh. I was like, what's
I do that all the time. Then I was like, there's a dialog box open somewhere.
And then just turn that opacity down a little. Is that doing what we want? I feel like that.
Yeah, I think it's getting it. And maybe even turning the opacity up and then changing the gradient so it's like further out.
Yeah,
so it just gets like the little bit of the edges. So yeah, again, there's no wrong way to do things when you're doing design, just difference. You definitely could do this 7 different ways. But yeah, this is the way that we're trying to do it.
That's how we're doing it.
And what's great is with this, we could even go in and like mask out some areas that we didn't want. That like, oh, maybe we want it to be a little uneven, or we want this corner to have more. We can go in and we have all of that because we're using this non-destructive workflow.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to just do the scale because, yeah, I'm just going to like change the scale so it's a little bit more outward.
Oh, yeah.
That looks kind of cool.
That looks kind of cool, yeah.
And then opacity can be like a little bit higher.
It's starting to feel like almost Victorian.
Oh, I like that. I like multiply.
Yeah.
Looks good on multiply.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm
Rad.
like, what else do we want from this?
What else do we want here, chat? Let us know. We got about 10 minutes. Add a light brush. Oh, yeah, actually, let's
What is a light brush?
Add, so like, okay, so this is like a little tutorial special thing. So go to your very top layer, and then create a new layer, Command-Shift-N.
I have a layer right here.
You need the dialog box.
Oh.
Okay, so Command-Shift-N, and then here where the blend mode is, choose Overlay.
Oh, I don't do it like this.
Yeah. And then the fill overlay with 50%, and then hit OK. Okay, so now it has a layer that's 50% that's overlaid that's just neutral.
Okay.
So now if you get the burn and dodge tool, which I think is just O, I think, the dodge tool, which is I think what's selected, if you draw with that, it's going to lighten. And then if you do the dodge tool, it will darken whatever is underneath it. So this is really great for doing, adding in highlights and adding in a little bit of dimension.
Are we on dodge? Yes.
Yeah, so you can see it's grabbing like a little bit. And so this is super helpful to have one layer on top of things to kind of add highlights, add details to darken things. And you can cycle through the burn and dodge tools. The burn will darken and the dodge will lighten. And it's super easy to work. And that way you just have it on a layer and you're not destroying anything underneath.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
I use that all the time.
A little bit to the mirror. Because maybe it's not perfect.
A little, and even having something, even if we did a layer over that is like a reflection, that's like a 10% opacity, kind of like shine.
That looks good.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, even on the text, I like just a
little bit of a glow.
A glow. This is fun.
Glowy.
Maybe her chin is a little highlighted. We're really contouring here. It's coming together.
This one, like underneath this mirror is just a desk of makeup. Like
She's doing her makeup right now.
She's doing her makeup right now, yes. She is showing up for herself.
See, that's one way you can show it for yourself. Self-care.
Self-care, it's important.
Oh yeah, I like the burn because it has like a kind of like a darker reddish hue, which is fun.
Yes, and it helps. So a lot of times I'll build something in flat shapes in Illustrator, and then you can bring it over into Photoshop and do all your shading using this technique of having the one layer and then burning and dodging to bring things to the front, to bring it to push it to the back, have those highlights.
I want to use a pretty large brush.
Yes, Tim, for the intense highlights, vivid light will definitely hit you with hot neons pretty much every time.
We don't need to go too intense. Okay. You know, I just want like a little, oh, not right there. That was too much. Okay.
Sweet.
And then Maybe under her hand, there's like a little shadow on the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
That looks good.
So can we go back to the Illustrator file and see the difference of building this in Illustrator to then bringing it into Photoshop? So this will help you understand the difference about what you would use these two programs for, right? Illustrator is a lot of flat shapes.
It looks very flat.
Yes.
And you can add dimension in Illustrator, but you would have a lot of strokes if you were trying to add the brush detail. Your file would be huge. Even though the Photoshop file is large, it would just be like so many layers. Whereas here, I literally did this on like 4 different layers.
Yep. And it's cool to see the difference is that if we wanted to, we could go back to the original and completely rebuild it in Photoshop.
Yeah.
We worked pretty much non-destructively in here. We've added textures on top. And again, we'll be talking about this in the Illustrator Daily Challenge, the difference between additive and subtractive texture, that we are just basically layering stuff on top of that base.
Right.
We can still access the base, we can still change things.
Yeah.
We're just adding things on top, which is really interesting.
The only thing is I can't, if I change things in this Illustrator file, it's not linked, it's now a Photoshop file. So it is still editable, but I can't, if I like wanted to change this, it would not update in the Photoshop file. So it's like, you gotta make sure you're done in Illustrator when you do this.
Yeah, get your shapes totally locked in.
Yeah. I want to figure out where this random thing is coming from. And then...
Oh yeah, like super zoom and then like auto select layer and just click and see if it will, oh no, it's gonna grab the top layer that we have right now.
Okay, let's lock that.
Yep. I do that all the time, that it's like, oh, there's an invisible layer sitting above all of the things.
It wants to select every other layer. Oh my God.
It's somewhere. This is like 100% my workflow in Photoshop. I'm like, there is a weird thing happening somewhere and I didn't name as I was going, or I don't know where it is.
No, nothing's moving.
We'll find it.
I think I locked it. Okay.
Just to recap our schedule for the day, we got a couple minutes here. To recap our schedule, we are just wrapping up our stream here in probably 5-10 minutes. 5 minutes. And after this, we are going live with Andrea Hoch, which is funny that we're going from Andrew Hochradel to Andrea Hoch. Hi, Andrea. And we're doing an XD challenge. Then we are going to an XD case study with N. Wang, and I will be back at 2 o'clock to do our Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. I have been so excited to see the work that you guys have been doing and the amazing stuff you've been putting through. So keep that up. Today we are making coasters. We're talking about donuts again. Every day this week is donut themed. So make sure you join us at 2 o'clock. All right. All
right, I don't know where it is.
Sophia, you'll be back with us tomorrow, right?
Yes, I will be.
Same time?
Yeah.
Same place?
Same place.
All right, so at 9:30, I believe, Pacific Standard Time, we'll be back. We'll be hanging out. And what are we doing tomorrow?
We're probably going to do another poster, but a different style.
Yes, and we'll be showing, again, Illustrator to Photoshop and show you how to use those two programs and interchange them. Oh, that's how we close the stream. So thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for the Adobe XD Creative Challenge. Hi, Andrea. Have a great challenge, and we will see all of you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.